be introducing you guys to the pentatonic scale, just the first shape of the pentatonic scale, and we're going to be practicing it in a very musical way. So I'm going to be showing you the scale, then I'm going to be playing some backing tracks, and I'm going to be encouraging you guys to try to get musical with it, to try to play the scale up and down, but also try to come up with your own musical ideas. And I have that page for you linked inside of the description of the video that you're watching right now. So it's the first thing in the description. If you just click on that, it'll take you there so that tomorrow and any other day that you're practicing this, you have access to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, boys and girls, the scale first, okay? We're going to learn the scale nice and slowly together. And then what we're going to do is start playing it to backing tracks, okay? So this is called the G minor pentatonic scale. And we're starting on the 3rd fret, okay? So who remembers from yesterday when we were talking about the bar chords and I said why it's so important to learn the notes on the 6th string, right? It's so important because now I know that this is G minor pentatonic because it's the note G that I'm starting on. And this is the first shape of the minor pentatonic, okay? So let's play this nice and slowly together. The pattern goes 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6. Then we can walk up. 6, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. Okay, who's able to follow along? Don't worry if you can't. I'm just curious who's able to follow along with this. Maybe some of you already know the scale, which is really cool. Let me move this down just a little bit. Hope you guys can still see everything clearly. So let's do it one more time. 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5. I'm talking about the frets in case you guys are wondering. 3, 5, okay? 3, 6, 3, 6. And then you just want to get in the habit of going back up. 6, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3. Okay, Rocky has done this before. Now it's not about doing it fast, but it would be good to learn this so that you own it, right? Nice and slow, right? And you'll see it's a pretty easy pattern to memorize, right? It's not that hard to visualize when you look down at the fretboard. Okay, so you don't have to memorize it, today, but have a goal of slowly memorizing this, right? Altogether, we have 5 shapes. Today, we're only going to be learning 1, but just so you guys know for the future, and so you know for the sheet that I'm going to be giving you, these same notes, there's only actually 5 notes that we're playing. It's just they repeat on multiple places on the fretboard, right? So within this, we're playing the same notes twice, right? So now, if I want to play this somewhere else, I'm going to have to learn a different pattern. Now, I don't have a thing for you guys right now to look at, but I just want you to listen to see how this sounds the same as this. You can kind of hear that it's the same notes, right? I'm just using a different shape to access those same notes on a different part of the fretboard, right? So the only thing to really memorize here in terms of shapes is that there's 5 shapes, right? And if you know all 5, then you're going to be able to play these same notes, these same 5 notes, all up and down the neck, right? The different shapes are only allowing you to access the same 5 notes. It's not more notes that you're accenting and playing. You're just accessing them on a different part of the fretboard, okay? So without doing too much of that now. What I want to do more than anything is make this musical for you guys, okay? So I'm going to grab a backing track, and for you boys and girls, when you're practicing this at home, you can see that the backing tracks are in here. Okay, so the link to this page is in the description of the video you're watching right now. You can see here we have 3 shapes, okay? Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on this backing track so that we have musical context behind what we're doing. Okay, so I want you guys to be able to hear the music. Okay. Now I'm gonna play this again. Okay, so thank you for giving me the feedback that the backing track is drowning me out. Let's see, now are we doing okay here with the volume? Can you guys hear the guitar better now? To hear, and hopefully you could hear my guitar loud enough, sorry that it wasn't balanced properly there right away, is that these notes are harmonizing perfectly with that music that I'm playing to, right? And because of that, any note that I choose in here is going to sound great. They're all going to work with, you know, the song that we're listening to, right? And then it's your turn. I'm gonna just play the backing track for you. I'm gonna leave the scales on the screen. I'll then try to go up and down and notice how the notes that you're playing are harmonizing with that music, that context that we're playing to, right? So let me activate it one more time. Better now. So is that sounding okay now, guys? Thank you for telling me and for being patient with me here. So now it's your turn. Listen to the music and try to just play the scale. Just play the notes and notice how you're harmonizing to this pattern. Just go up and down, okay? All right, let's do it for just a couple of minutes here, and then I'm gonna play it to a different track. All right, so it's your turn now. So the next step is to try to play something a little bit melodic, like try to come up with a little melody, right? And it doesn't need to be a lot of notes, just a little something, right? So I'm going to try to play a little melody now, just to demonstrate how I'd slowly search for a melody. I then understand that all the notes that, you know, that you're going to be able to solo up and down the neck, they're all here in this one box. So even if you don't know all 5 shapes, you're still accessing the notes that are in all of these shapes, right? So if you're able to play a melody here, that means you can play a melody here, you can play a melody here, you can play a melody anywhere on the neck, right? The reason for learning them is so that you can come up with your own musical ideas, your own melodies, and learn to improvise, right? So I'm going to try to come up with a little melody here now together with you guys. Hopefully my guitar is going to be loud enough. Okay, we're waiting for it to start. Slide from note to note, like I did, right? One more time. With musical ideas of my own there and trying to improvise, right? Now you could use your pick to do this, or you could use your fingers. You could also play 1 string at a time like I've been showing you guys, or you could play 2 strings, right? So that's called a double stop if you're playing 2 strings at once. So experiment with that. Understand that all of the notes that you're going to be accessing with different shapes have the same 5 notes in them. They're just on different parts of the fretboard, right? So I do actually have a chart for you guys also here that I linked for you. Let me show you this. So check it out. Here you have the different shapes. So I gave you guys all of this, okay? You can download it here if you want to, and then here you can see the 5 shapes, okay? Shape 1, shape 2, shape 3, and there's much more of this inside of the All Access membership. But then here you can see all of it laid out, right? Not just, because this is all of the shapes just laid out, right, on the fretboard. So as you learn shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, automatically you're going to be learning all of these, okay? But don't get overwhelmed. Just do 1 shape and then try to practice it musically, right? Musically, 2 backing tracks, and then slowly move on to the next shape. Try to play melodies, try to memorize it, then slowly move on. I'd say spend at least 1 or 2 weeks on each shape. Don't try to go too fast. And then start connecting them, right? But first start trying to be musical with just 1. So the next thing that I want to show you guys is how to make this musical. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about technique, different things that you can do. So I showed you guys sliding a second ago. So again, the notes, let me show you the notes one more time so you can see them so that it's easy for you to understand what notes we're playing here. Okay, boom, there they are. So instead of me, let's just go to the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Instead of me going 3 and then 5, I can push down 3 and slide into 5. See that? Okay, and I'm going to answer your question in just a second, Debbie, okay? So you can slide, and you could do that with your 1st finger, with your middle finger, with your ring finger, right? Or what you could also do is what's called a hammer on. So that means I'm playing this note, and then I'm with this finger gonna smack down. Okay, I'm trying to do it as hard as I can, and that's why it's called a hammer. So I'm picking it the first time with my pick, and then with this finger, I'm creating the next note. Okay, that's called a hammer on. Okay, one more time. Okay, then what we got also is what's called a pull off. So if I want to go from this note to this note, instead of picking both of them, I can hit this one and then do a downwards little flick. And then that's going to give me this note afterwards. See that? So, see that? There was only one picked note, and then this finger created that second note. So you got your slides that you can do, you got your hammer that you can do, you got your pull that you can do. This is called a pull off, by the way, pull off. And then what you have is called a hammer on pull off, where you first do a hammer and then you pull. So you keep that momentum from this first picked note. You hammer it, you pull it, you hammer, you pull it. Now it's going to take time to build that dexterity and that strength so that you can actually do this, but over time you will totally be able to do it, right? Okay, Baked Bruya says bending. You could also bend the notes. You could do a vibrato on them, which is just shaking it up and down, right? You could bend. Now for bending, I'm using this finger to help me bend because it's not easy to bend the string, right? And this is going to be easier to do on an electric guitar. I typically don't bend a lot on an acoustic because it's just hard, right? But you could bend. Always use a finger or two to help you bend up. Okay, so one other thing that I want to show you boys and girls now is how we could take the same exact track and have it sound not sad. So the first one that we did was kind of a bluesy, sad sound. But I want you guys to understand, with the same shape, if you play to a different musical context, the same notes are going to sound happy, right? So that's why I have these 3 backing tracks here for you guys. So let me play to this one now, just so you can hear how it sounds happy all of a sudden. I'm going to turn down the volume so it's not overpowering my acoustic. Okay, so listen to this. Notice how this is a totally different vibe, the song, right? But the same notes. Cheat a little bit. I played from the scale back here, but again, same notes. I just wanted to access it close to where I was. Okay, again, I'm just trying to play something slightly melodic, but just notice how the same scale shape sounding happy and not sad anymore, okay? Let me do a quick one with blues. Okay, blues. Now it's sounding bluesy all of a sudden, right? Right? It's because of this backing track that we're playing to. Two notes. Right? Okay, your turn. Try to play some blues for me. Just go up and down. was truly one of the most fun things ever. Like when I discovered this, I was off to the races playing this for hours and hours and hours every day, like all day basically. But for some people, it doesn't pull in that way. So again, just kind of pick and choose what works for you. The same way that I don't ever want to learn how to play jazz. Maybe you don't want to do this, but you prefer playing chords. So play chords, right? Okay, so I hope this helps you guys. I hope it gives you some ideas about what's possible, some inspiration.